This is Sports Zone Radio. Champions play here at Sports Zone Radio. Welcome to Northland Basketball. Presented by Sports Zone Radio. Exclusive coverage of Navajo Nation and White Mountains varsity basketball online at SportsZone123.com and on the Sports Zone Radio smartphone app. And now, it's time for Northland Basketball.
Welcome in, everybody, to Northland Basketball. Welcome back to Snowflake High School for another night of playoff action tonight. The 3A State Boys playoffs begin. The first round begins for two of our White Mountains teams. And how about this rivalry matchup tonight? The host team, the number 10 seeded Snowflake Lobos, getting set to take on number 23, the Show Low Cougars, as we welcome you in, everybody, tonight to the Lobo Den, the home of the Lobos. And this big matchup tonight, who gets to go on to the next round of the playoffs? Who gets to play coming up on Saturday in the second round with a chance to move on beyond that to the quarterfinals on Tuesday. And now the national anthem at Snowflake. So again, welcome into Snowflake High School tonight, everybody, for round one of the 3A State Basketball playoffs. The boys' playoffs get underway tonight in Snowflake. Now, last night, there were several boys' games played, but because of our weather lately in Northeast Arizona, that's why you're getting this game moved to today. So welcome into Snowflake, everybody, as the starting lineup for the Show Low Cougars. The number 23 seed in the state tournament get announced, the starting lineup. And they're going to be led by Preston Power, who plays essentially a power forward position. Also starting the game tonight for the Show Low Cougars. Joining Preston in the lineup, Luke Morrow will start today. Thomas Ellsworth in the starting lineup. Mark Gillette will start as well. And joining them is Cutter Seeley in this Cougar starting lineup. On the other side, Snowflake Lobos getting their introduction here at Lobo Gymnasium. They're going to be led by Cooper DeWitt. He is fast, athletic, as a big guy. Cooper is the guy that you're going to initially be focused on because he can get out of the blocks fast and get a fast start going for his team. He'll jump center against Preston Power here in just a moment. Also joining him in the starting lineup, Matthew Brimhall, Lance Christensen. Braden Lewis will start tonight as well. And the fifth starter for Snowflake is Cooper Rapier as we get ready to get it going on tonight's broadcast of Northland Basketball here at the Sports Zone. Power and DeWitt, and Cooper gets the jump on him pretty easily to get it started. Snowflake will control, and we are underway with Northland Basketball. Everybody in the first round of the boys' playoffs. Snowflake the 10 seed, Show Low the 23, and their third time seeing each other this season. They have faced each other twice in the regular season. Snowflake prevailed both times, as Braden Lewis will try the first jump shot of the night. And that one is going to be off the mark. Rebounded by the Cougars. 30 seconds into it, they'll get their first possession. I want to thank my Sports Zone Radio teammate, one of our broadcasters, Patrick Austin, for guiding us through with the play-by-play last night in what was a Snowflake Lady Lobos victory in the first round of their playoffs against the Coolidge Bears. So Snowflake getting to host 2 first-round playoff games as a school, not as individual teams. To the corner, and this jump shot is going to be up no good for Matthew Brimhall. Cutter Seeley has the Show Low rebound. So these two teams get out the blocks early and unable on their first couple of possessions each to get anything out of it. You'll see Preston Power right there. Took the extra hop. That is a travel. And the basketball belongs to Snowflake. Braden Lewis will walk it in front court. To Cooper Rapier, back to Lewis at the top. There's Cooper with it again. He'll swing it around to Lance Christensen. He likes that move to the baseline, but he got cut off by Show Low's zone defense. Starting this one out in a 2-3, and that pass will be tipped around and intercepted. Great job by Preston Power, and the big guy is going to take it himself into front court. So again, both offenses struggling early. A little bit of a standoff in these opening moments. Cutter Seeley outside to Thomas Ellsworth, now on the right angle. Mark Drillette. Cannot let Drillette get too free, and there's going to be a pass tipped by Lance Christensen. He'll get the long pass for the first bucket of the game. So Lance Christensen delivers. First, he tipped the pass to his teammate, and then the long pass down the floor was converted by Christensen. 2-0 Snowflake in front. Welcome in, everybody, to this broadcast of Northland Basketball, the 3A state playoffs. How about that nice runner from Cutter Seeley? Running toward the baseline and was able to get that thing to fall while he was moving perpendicular to the basket. Good shot, and the Cougars have tied this game up. And that's going to go up Matt Brimhall's hands out of bounds and give us an opportunity to pause, everybody. 10 seconds for station identification on the Sports Zone Radio Network.
This is Sports Zone Radio. Champions play here at Sports Zone Radio.
You're listening live and local in the White Mountains on Mix 98 KRFM. Show Low, the broadcast home of Sports Zone Radio. Mark Drillette with the jump shot. And that's going to be Mark's first 3 of the game, and if history is any indicator, probably not Mark's last either. 5-2, Show Low in front of Snowflake in the early going of this one. Dribble to the free throw line, Rapier's pass stolen by Drillette. So he gets the big 3 ball a moment ago, and now he gets the steal. Second chance opportunity for Preston Power. Count the basket. The foul is going to send Preston to the free throw line. Courtesy of the first foul of the game on Cooper Rapier. Cooper will check out, and replacing him for Snowflake is Easton Butler. And a great start for the Cougars. The basket makes it 8-2. Power with a good start. Mark Drillette, the big 3-point basket a moment ago. And Snowflake will see if they can come up with an answer right here. Halfway mark of the first quarter. Snowflake doing their best to give it to Show Low again, and off the bench, Easton Butler hits a big 3-point basket for Snowflake. Still trailing by 3, but that was a big shot, and Butler delivers for the Lobos. Outside, Drillette faked it. Drive on Christensen, and the runner in the paint is Beautifully delivered by Mark Gillette. Neither team, well, with the exception of the Snowflake substitution of Butler getting into the game. I was going to say neither team has made a sub, and then I realized, yeah, the guy that just shot that three missed it, and Butler gets a rebound off a miss from Braden Lewis. In the paint, Cooper DeWitt, back outside, DeWitt's camping out in there. No 3-second call. He was in there for a while, but that's going to work out for Snowflake. Braden Lewis able to get the little, it's not even a mid-range jump, that was a very short jump shot. Cutter ceiling, and he is going to have it taken away by Easton Butler. And with the left hand, Butler too strong, missed the shot. And the rebound comes down to the Show Low Cougars. Trulette for three, won't go. Preston Power, a rebound, that's at least 3, and I think now 4 early rebounds for Preston. You got to play tough defense in the playoffs. You've got to out-rebound your opponent, and right now I would say Show Low's got the advantage when it comes to the boards. So far, you saw that play just now. And a ball out of bounds to the Cougars coming into the game now. 3 brand new faces will enter the lineup for Show Low. Keen Butler is out there. Nash Brewer inbounds the ball to Preston Power, and then there's this guy, Weston Dyer, into the Cougar lineup. In the paint, Brewer, he got the defense to just kind of back off a bit, found himself open, and Nash has his first points of the game. And the Cougars, they've been kind of in control since the beginning, and they lead 12-7 right now, and there's the ball tipped out of bounds. It's always tough to beat a good team, no matter what the sport is. Always tough to beat a good team 3 times in one season. Show Low has come out. Show Low's come out on fire in this playoff game against Snowflake. At Snowflake as well. Here's the inbound. Cooper DeWitt hacked on the attempt. 2 shots on the way for Cooper, and I believe that was Preston in front. That got him, nope. It was Brewer, actually. So Nash has his first foul of the game. And this is Cooper DeWitt. DeWitt made the first. And let's check in on the second. That shot is good as well for Cooper DeWitt. A 3-point lead for the Cougars, who inbound the ball. Luke Morrow into front court. There's Nash Brewer. And he has to give it up to Weston Dyer. Back to Nash. Cougars moving the ball nicely. Butler on the baseline. He's going to feed Preston Power, but it's broken up by Braden Lewis. He's got the steal. Snowflake's got the basketball, and Tyler Clare, who had just come into the game, mishandles that pass. Back to the Cougars. With 1:24 remaining in the first quarter, 12-9. 12-9 our score. Show Low in front right now. Preston Power going to pick up the loose ball and then have it taken away. Braden Lewis, another steal for Snowflake. He races up the floor, bounce pass inside. And it's well done off the glass by Cooper DeWitt, and then he got hacked in the left eye after making the bucket on that beautiful feed from Braden Lewis. Under a minute remaining in the first quarter. At the top, that's Luke Morrow for 3. And Luke knocking down a big shot. The big fella stepped outside, top of the key. And another 3 for the Cougars. Their second of the first quarter. They're back in front by 4 points right now. And Keen Butler going to steal it. Good job reaching around, broke up the pass, took it away. And then he's going to have it batted by Snowflake momentarily outside for a Nash Brewer 3-point try, and that's no good. Braden Lewis cleans it up for Snowflake. 20 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Cross-court pass. Nothing there. And now from the corner right side, that is a 3, and that is good for Easton seconds. Cougars lose it to Lewis. Another steal for Braden Lewis as we close out the quarter. Well, Braden Lewis had 3 steals in the first quarter. Part of the story of our start to this playoff game here at the Lobos Den. First round of the boys 3A state playoffs, everybody. We're going to get back to the action. The second quarter on the way in a moment. What a start. Show Low 15, Snowflake 14. The second quarter on the way. Northland Basketball presented by the Sports Zone. Stand by, everybody.
Ford SUVs. What a lineup. The state-of-the-art technology, wide selection to meet your specific needs. From the economic Escape and Edge to the giant industry beast, the Ford Expedition, the iconic brands in the Explorer and Bronco. Yep, at Show Low Ford, we are pretty proud to be representing and selling them. Now, what you might not know is how affordable they can be to drive. Lease a new 2022 Ford Explorer for only $529 a month. An Edge for $459, an Escape for only $419 a month. Or get this, you can drive home a new Bronco Sport Big Bend Edition for only $379 a month. These are just a few examples of the great deals we have going on at Show Low Ford on our entire SUV lineup. Ford SUVs. Come get yours at Show Low Ford on the east end of the Deuce, or visit us at showlowford.com. Thank you. All offers on approved credit. Payments based on 36-month lease, 10,500 miles per year, $3,400 to $4,800 due at signing, $645 acquisition fee plus tax, license, and processing fees. See dealer for complete details.
So we start the second quarter. Snowflake gives it up again. As you see on your live stream video. Thanks for joining us on the Sports Zone Radio Facebook and YouTube channels, everybody. Tomorrow night, by the way, we'll have another playoff game for you, this time at Blue Ridge High School. Tomorrow night, Blue Ridge High School. In case you hadn't heard, first we'll get this Cooper DeWitt foul assessed. In case you hadn't heard, they have the Show Low Cougars are jinxed in the worst kind of way possible. These freezing cold temperatures, and at Show Low High School. So we watch Luke Morrow get an offensive rebound outside to Mark Droulette. At Show Low High School, believe it or not, they've had another water break at the gym, and it flooded the gym to some extent. I don't know how much the extent was. Enough to prevent the gym from being used for tomorrow night's Show Low girls playoff basketball game. And that's just as big a disappointment as I can think of right now, that they don't get to play that game in their gym, at their home, with their home fans, as we watch Braden Lewis connect for Snowflake for the Lobos' first points of the second quarter. I'm beside myself with disappointment at it happened again. They've replaced that floor multiple times, and again, I don't know the extent of this particular damage, but water break, it doesn't sound good. For sure, there's no game tomorrow night for the Lady Cougars, so they're going to have to play that game at Blue Ridge High School. And we'll bring you the broadcast tomorrow night as well. Show Low Cougars basketball. And that big playoff game, as we watch big guy Tyler Clare work inside for Snowflake. They score the first 5 points of the second period. And so just as Show Low got the big start out of the gate in the first quarter, Snowflake's doing that here. And a Braden Lewis rebound off a Luke Morrow miss. And Snowflake going to throw one across the paint. Easton threw a fastball right across the paint. And Damon Cardwell was not expecting that one. He did well to, well, he may not even have protected himself right there. He might have taken one right off his left cheekbone there. He's all right, but that was a golden opportunity for Snowflake. Timeout taken on the floor. That is a timeout. Well, the Show Low Cougars, you look from the other camera angle, that got him right in the kisser. 30-second timeout here. And I remind you that tomorrow night we'll have 3A state girls playoff basketball. The Show Low Lady Cougars with a great season. Won the 3A East region for the first time in 37 years. And now they get to host a second round. They got a first-round playoff bye. Just great things going on with the Show Low Lady Cougar basketball program. Christy Francis has been marvelous in her first season as the head coach. And so tomorrow night they're going to get a rematch with Thatcher. They played Thatcher in the regular season, and the Thatcher Eagles did beat Show Low. 52-45 was the final score back about the midpoint of the regular season. So a chance for the Lady Cougars in the playoffs to exact some revenge as we watch Luke Morrow get the rebound and put that one up off the glass. Good for the Cougars, who trail by 2 here. Snowflake 19, Show Low 17 with 5:20 on the clock in the second quarter. The Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report comes up at the break. Jason Crawford with a great defensive play to tip it. Tipped it to teammate Mark Roulette. And now for 3 outside, Luke Morrow. That's going to be off the back iron. And a nice rebound by Easton Butler. And he is fouled from behind by Thomas Ellsworth. That'll be Ellsworth's first foul of the game. 2-point advantage for Snowflake with now 5 minutes on the clock in the second quarter. Braden Lewis feeds Cooper DeWitt at the elbow. Outside, Butler, who's hit 2 3-pointers so far in the game, unable to connect on that one, and it's rebounded by Luke Morrow. Show Low's got the basketball. The crowd a little bit quiet here right now, waiting for a moment, I guess, as we watch. I believe that Preston stepped on the baseline, so that's going to be out of bounds back to Snowflake. Cooper DeWitt leaves the floor. Back into the game is Matthew Brimhall for Snowflake. Brimhall joins Easton Butler, Damon Cardwell, Braden Lewis, and this guy, Tyler Clare. Clare's pass outside is broken up by Keen Butler. Picked up by Mark Gillette. And Gillette's pass tipped by Tyler Clare. Clare moves so well for a guy that's, he's a football tight end, and he's got the body of a tight end, right? But he moves so well, and you'll see him get a rebound right there off that miss on the Cougar drive. Tyler Clare, the son of head coach Joe Clare. Cardwell deep, left angle, that shot on the way, back iron no good. Butler the rebound. Snowflake, he drives, and the dish is going to be broken up, taken away by Jason Crawford for Show Low. Past the halfway point now of the second quarter, and Preston Power getting the great bounce, the great roll, and Preston's got 5 in the game now for the Cougars. You got 3 Cougars right now sitting at 5 points. Mark Gillette's got 5. Keen Butler has 5 points in the game, and so does Preston Power. From the paint to the corner, right side, that's Braden Lewis. Outside to Butler. Drive, stop. And then outside for a 3, this is Cardwell. That's too strong. Butler again the rebound. And he'll scoop a pass out there to Cardwell for another try, and that's going to be tipped after the miss to Tyler Clare, and the nice turnaround on the baseline. The short shot is good for Tyler. 3 minutes left in the first half. Coach Clare is going to bring Cooper Rapier back into the Snowflake lineup. These officials have let the teams play. Two team fouls on each squad. That's it. Foul trouble should not be an issue going into halftime. Here's a great feed. Braden Lewis to the man cutting. And it's the big guy, Tyler Clare, with back-to-back buckets for Snowflake. The Lobos leading 23-19 here in the first half. Closing out the second quarter. The runner for Preston Power is off the side. And it's saved for the Cougars by Mark Roulette. And a partially blocked shot by Easton Butler, but he made enough contact on that. I think he did get the elbow. You'll watch right here on it. There's Luke Morrow. Yeah, good call by the official. So Butler's got his first foul of the game, third team foul on Snowflake, and Luke Morrow will miss the foul shot. Into the game come the 2 Coopers. Cooper DeWitt, Cooper Rapier returning to the lineup for Snowflake. They join Matt Brimhall and Braden Lewis. And Lance Christensen, the original starters, are back on the floor for Snowflake. And that foul shot is good. We've got a 3-point game here. Snowflake 23, Show Low 20. The Cougars, they've got Keen Butler and Weston Dyer out on the top of that 2-3 zone. Snowflake still able to exploit that on a shot inside by Matt Brimhall. The reason you go to the zone is because you don't want that, right? You're trying to prevent that, but Brimhall able to get the job done inside. As we watch Cooper Rapier get his second foul of the game, I think he's coming out. And it looks like Ezra Baum will go in for Rapier. So with his second foul, coach is going to take him from the floor. He played 1 minute upon his return. We hadn't seen him since, I don't know, about the middle of the first quarter. Inbound to Luke Morrow. Bounce pass intended for Preston Power is broken up by Cooper DeWitt. There's a great battle going on between DeWitt and Power right now inside. And Preston's going to win that with a great assist from Jason Crawford. Now Preston's got 7 points in the game, and he's going to block a shot. So Preston getting some work done for the Show Low Cougars on both ends of the floor. You watch him again on the replay. It's a great look, and that's one where I think if Matt Brimhall is going to challenge Preston's defense in the low blocks like that, there's got to be some more to that move. There's got to be a head fake. You got to get that guy off his feet. You got to do the lean in, get the foul, the whole thing, because just straight up challenging him ain't going to work. Braden Lewis, on the other hand, delivering a big shot from the corner left side for Snowflake. That big 3-point basket, good. Snowflake back in front by 6. Drulette stops just outside the paint. Shot missed. And it's rebounded for Snowflake by Cooper DeWitt. We got 1 minute and 3 seconds remaining in the first half. The Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report on the way, everybody. Reverse lay-in, that's good for Lance Christensen. Lance likes to work that baseline, but Show Low's come out and they've been playing predominantly a zone defense and not giving Lance real opportunities on the penetration. Lance will now kick one and also pick up a foul on the Weston Dyer move, trying to get to the basket. First foul of the game on Lance. See it again on the reverse lay-in and a good job to beat the big guy, Preston Power. Not easy to do. 40 seconds left till halftime. Dyer with the ball, crossover. He's going to challenge Christensen. And Lance able to keep him from getting too close, made the shot tough. But Dyer got it back on the tip. Now 25 seconds, no shot clock here in this final going. Doesn't matter because there's Preston Power again. Preston's got 9 points in the first half. 17 seconds left. Coach wants one shot. Coach Claire telling us, guys, give me one shot. But first, Keen Butler is going to foul Ezra Baum with 11 seconds. Not a shooting foul. So the score here, 30-24. Snowflake in front. Can they add to that? We're going to find out right here. 7 seconds. Braden Lewis going to throw it outside to Ezra Baum. Christensen drives. Euro steps his way in. And unable to make the shot at the buzzer to leave us at a 6-point game going into halftime. That's what I'm talking about. What a great game. What a great first half. The first quarter mostly belonged to Show Low. Snowflake made it close right there in the last seconds of the first quarter. And then in the second period, Snowflake started to take over a little bit. And that will bring us to a halftime score. Snowflake 30. Show Low 24. Welcome in, everybody, to Northland Basketball, playoff basketball here at the Sports Zone. And on the way in a moment, the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report. Stand by for that and more from Snowflake coming up in just a moment, everybody.
The team at Beam & Will Drilling is like a great football team. They work hard, they work as a team, and they play to win. Their reputation is second to none, and they proudly call the White Mountains their home, even though they complete projects throughout the entire southwestern United States and beyond. No project is too big or too small for Beam & Well Drilling, so when the time comes for you to punch a hole in the ground, remember the White Mountains' top well drilling team, Beam & Well Drilling. Call anytime, 928-205-7647. Go deep with Beam & Well Drilling.
Summit Healthcare is committed to your healthcare experience from start to finish. They invite you to take advantage of the Summit Healthcare Retail Pharmacy. The pharmacy is conveniently located in Summit's outpatient pavilion, just steps away from the hospital, and most of Summit's clinics. They accept most insurance, including Medicaid, Medicare Part B, Medicare Part D, First Care, and IHS. Prescriptions are ready in just minutes, and you get curbside delivery too. The Summit Healthcare Retail Pharmacy, because Summit is committed to meeting your pharmaceutical needs.
Max your tax. Max your tax refund with the car guys you know and can trust at Show Low Ford and Show Low. Take advantage of Guy Hatch's special volume pricing, Ford factory incentives, and max your tax refund to lower your payments. Max your tax and defer your payment. Max your tax as a down payment. Max your tax to max your trade allowance. Max your tax and get in that vehicle of your dreams. Show Low Ford will show you how. Whatever you're looking for, we probably have it in stock. Not only new Fords, but affordable cash cards to monster trucks, most makes and models. At Show Low Ford, we have the inventory and selection, with shipments coming in every day to help the demand that comes at tax refund time. Because there's no better time to buy, because you can max your tax. Max your tax refund. Lower your payment, defer it, or add it to your trade. And here at Show Low Ford, we'll help you with every step of the way. Check us out on the east end of the Deuce or at ShowLowFord.com.
Ace Hardware of the White Mountains is always there, always ready to meet your cold weather needs. Keep your pathway clear with snow shovels and ice melt. Keep the kids entertained with a variety of snow sleds. Keep the family warm and toasty with bundles of firewood. Keep the grill or stove piping hot with propane at their Pine Top and Overgard stores. And keep the horses fed with alfalfa and Bermuda hay. The cold weather cannot stop the team at Ace Hardware, so visit them today. Ace Hardware in Show Low, Pine Top, and Heber Overgard.
Don't miss out on the incredible savings going on now at Cellular One. Tribal land residents who are enrolled in government assistance programs can now take advantage of our free Cellular One ACP plan. This ACP plan includes 60 gigabytes of LTE data for use as a hotspot every month, in addition to unlimited data. The ACP plan is available to those on programs like WIC, SNAP, Lifeline, Pell Grants, and Medicaid. Visit any Cellular One store today to claim your free ACP plan. ACP is a government benefit program, and customers must qualify. Some restrictions apply. Limited time only, non-transferable. Limited to one line per household.
Happy New Year from Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint. Just in time for our Valentine's special, we are introducing our new business partner, Cattleman's Steakhouse. Yeehaw! With every insured replacement, you can take your sweetheart out for the best prime rib on the mountain. Or choose salmon, sirloin steak, cod, pork chops, chicken, or a variety of other delicious dinners.
You are the best, honey.
And with the Valentine's special, you also get 2 movie tickets to the WME theaters. And this year, you could take your Valentine to a VIP experience to see the King of Country, George Strait, live in concert. That's right, we're giving away 2 premium VIP tickets to see George Strait, Chris Stapleton, and Little Big Town live in Phoenix, including VIP parking.
Yes!
Don't miss out on our best Valentine special.
536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass Cashback.
Welcome to the Mountain Mobile Halftime. A complete first half breakdown of tonight's Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week broadcast. This is the Mountain Mobile Halftime.
That's right, halftime at Snowflake High School, everybody. Welcome back into Northland Basketball, presented by the Sports Zone. Playoff basketball tonight, first round of the boys 3A state playoffs. Some of the games played last night, some of the games played tonight. There were delays with the girls' basketball bracket as well because of all this snow, because of the big winter storm that we were treated to in northeast Arizona. Can't complain about it, though, right? Can we? I mean, we need the moisture, and we have gotten a great quantity of snow this summer, and we pray for it, and I think all we can do is be thankful for it even when it comes at these very inconvenient times. Thankful for the snow, that's for sure. Be careful out there, by the way, as well. Still some ice on the road in various places. You're going to run into some patches as you're traveling to and from wherever you're watching and enjoying a basketball game tonight. And the overnight low temperatures up here in the high country is going to be brutal out there tonight. Single digits across most of northeast Arizona. Paula, put this on for 1 second. Just do it. Just put it on for 1 second, okay? Okay. This is Paula Johnson right here. Hey, Paula, how you doing?
Good, thank you.
Can you hear me okay?
Uh-huh.
All right, Paula Johnson she handles scorekeeping here at Snowflake High School, and you do a great job, Paula, okay?
Thank you.
Between you and your husband, Lynn Johnson, from White Mountain Physical Therapy, good friends of ours at the Sports Zone, you guys do a great job, and you are institutions here at Snowflake with basketball, okay? And that guy that coaches the team is your son-in-law, Joe Clare, great guy. So a lot of good stuff. I just wanted to say thank you. You always bringing us treats, always bringing us something good. Sometimes it's a full meal. We always appreciate that. But tonight you brought these cookies, these raspberry shortbread cookies. Did I get it right?
Yes.
And that's kind of is that like a secret recipe thing? Is that because it was unbelievable?
No, it's not a secret recipe, but thank you.
Well, if there's any left over at the end of the night, just know I won't turn it away, okay?
Okay, there's one more left. I'll save it just for Floyd.
Well, you don't necessarily have to because that's something you could use for a lot of different things. It's good for barter. I mean, you could go get a new car or something with that because it's an unbelievable. But I wanted to thank you and say you did such a great job.
Thank you so much, Floyd.
You got it, Paula. There's Paula Johnson. She's the matriarch of that Johnson family that includes some unbelievable athletes as well. Both the boys and the girls. How about Paul Johnson? Anybody remember Paul Johnson, the great running back, the great football athlete here at Snowflake High School from years back? Oh, she gave me the cookie. I made her feel bad, and she gave me the cookie. Anybody remember Tyler Johnson, Paul's younger brother? It's a great family and great friends of ours at the Sports Zone. Okay, let's break down the halftime for you, get you some numbers. Let's see here. Snowflake with the lead, 30-24 at halftime. And the Lobos have a couple of guys performing out there. Braden Lewis has had a great first half. He's hit a couple of threes. Came in the second quarter. He's got 8 points. He also has a number of steals. His defense has been pretty stellar. So Braden is out of the gates, having a great game for Snowflake. Easton Butler came off the bench in the first quarter and hit 2 big threes that helped really kind of turn the tone of the game around. And also off the bench, Tyler Clare with 6 points to help lead the way for Snowflake. Lance Christensen has 4 points. Cooper DeWitt with 4 points. And Matthew Brimhull has 2 points. As we break it down on the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report, Preston Power leads the way for Show Low. 9 points for Preston. Mark Drillette has 5 points. Keen Butler off the bench with a 3. The only 3 other than the one that Mark Drillette made near the beginning of the game for Show Low. And Keene has 6 points in the game. Nash Brewer with 2 points and Cutter Seeley with 2 points to round out the scoring for the Show Low Cougars. And the team's getting ready for the second half. We'll grab one more word in from Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint. They bring you the halftime report here at Northland Basketball, presented by the Sports Zone. This playoff game will resume in the third quarter right after this.
Happy New Year from Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint. Just in time for our Valentine's special, we are introducing our new business partner, Cattleman's Steakhouse. Yeehaw! With every insured replacement, you can take your sweetheart out for the best prime rib on the mountain. Or choose salmon, sirloin steak, cod, pork chops, chicken, or a variety of other delicious dinners.
You are the best, honey.
And with the Valentine's special, you also get 2 movie tickets to the WME theaters. And this year, you could take your Valentine to a VIP experience to see the King of Country, George Strait, live in concert. That's right, we're giving away 2 premium VIP tickets to see George Strait, Chris Stapleton, and Little Big Town live in Phoenix, including VIP parking.
Yes!
Don't miss out on our best Valentine's special.
536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass Cashback. Woohoo!
Back to the action. Third quarter underway. Welcome back in, everybody, to Northland Basketball, presented by the Sports Zone, and our coverage here from Snowflake High School tonight. The third quarter gets underway, and Preston Power wants the 3. Distance was good, but it was off the front of the iron, and then Mark Drillette's follow will be no good. Tipped around, tipped out. Last touched by the Lobos. Snowflake leading Show Low 30-24. So we're bringing back in here to the Lobo Den for tonight's 3A state playoff basketball game. First round for the boys. And an inbound pass comes in for Show Low to Mark Drulette. Drulette and Luke Morrow. Now Thomas Ellsworth, Cutter Seeley, and Preston Power in the starting lineup. Preston gets pushed from behind as the shot is missed. Cooper DeWitt is going to pick up the personal foul. So for Cooper, that'll be foul number 2 in the game on Cooper DeWitt. And Show Low will look to inbound the ball. And that is going to come in way over on the top. A couple of Snowflake Lobos fall over each other, hit the ground. Cougars unable to take advantage. They do get the ball to Luke Morrow for a baseline move, and Morrow's going to get 2 shots on a foul committed by Braden Lewis. That'll be Braden's first foul of the game. So a couple of quick second half fouls here in the early third quarter committed by Snowflake. This guy at the line, Luke Morrow. 7 minutes, 20 seconds on the clock in the third quarter. Thanks for joining us wherever you might find yourself tuning in. If it's locally in the White Mountains on Mix 98 KRFM, thanks for being there. Also on the Sports Zone Radio mobile app. For those of you who have picked us up there, thanks for being there for the radio broadcast. And if you want to watch video, you can go to the Sports Zone Radio Facebook and YouTube channels and watch our broadcast on this game at that location. I see somebody out there commenting, asking a question, wondering when is our next broadcast. When's our next broadcast coverage? Well, tomorrow night we are going to cover the Show Low Lady Cougars against Thatcher, and that game is going to be played at Blue Ridge High School. So just keep it in mind. Show Low's gym has now become unserviceable. They have another water break there at Show Low High School. That is at least the third, maybe the fourth time that's happened. Very unfortunate for these Show Low kids, but they're going to lose the services of Show Low High School's gym. And who knows, the last time it happened, the last couple of times that happened, it was very, very long time to do the repairs. Get the brand new floor in place. From the corner, his shot's going to rim out for Lance Christensen. Snowflake will give it up. Cutter Seeley the rebound, and he wants to take it himself into front court. Cougars, and a foul. A good job by Luke Moore, really, to coax the foul out of Matt Brimhall. And it's the first foul of the game on Brimhall. Not a shooting foul. Here comes the inbound for Mark Drulette from the sideline. 30-25, Snowflake in front. Show Low has scored the single point that has been scored in the first 2 minutes of the second half. Now, offensive foul called on Show Low. Drulette, I think he was trying to set a back pick for Show Low. Trying to get somebody free away from the ball. Right here, there it is. And he was moving at the time of contact with Cooper Rapier, who will have it knocked out of his hands, out of bounds by Luke Morrow just now. And with 5:50 on the clock in the third quarter, Snowflake will have it for an inbound. Comes into the top. Back to the corner, Braden Lewis. And that shot is going to be no good. Rebounded by Luke Morrow. Luke using his size to outreach that entire Snowflake offensive team for the rebound. And here comes Ellsworth, cut off at the baseline by Rapier. Back outside, Morrow lost it, and eventually taken away by Braden Lewis. Matt Brimhall. And there was a whistle behind the play. The officials are talking and now going to have a conference. And I'm not sure what happened. Braden Lewis got rid of the pass. He got it to Brimhall, who was running up the floor. And 15 or 20 feet later with Brimhall moving, there was a whistle and there was some indication of something happening where Lewis was on the ground. We'll see if we can spot it right here. Let's see. There's Lewis. There's no whistle. They're going. They're playing. Oh, let's see. Braden got tied up with the defender. I think that was Cutter Seeley over there. Let's look again. He got tied up right here. Did Braden try to trip him? Let's take a look. You can't see. The camera left the view right there. Go back to camera one, and let's look at that one more time as the officials continue to talk. Right here. Okay, technical foul. So offsetting technical fouls. One more time, guys. I apologize. I want to see that one more time. They got tangled up right there. That's Braden Lewis and Cutter Seeley scrambling for the ball. Seeley on top of Lewis right there. Lewis didn't like it too much, so he kind of does a little something, and Cutter does a little something back, and it's all going to be a wash when it's all said and done. But they will. The negative to it all is that they both get a tick mark in the foul column. So Seeley's got his first foul of the game. And Braden Lewis has his second foul of the game. Team fouls now. 4 fouls in the second half on Snowflake, 2 on Show Low. And they get it back to the action. That was offsetting technical fouls. Inside, and Matt Brimhall gets a little work done right there. He's got 4 points in the game for Snowflake, and the Lobos' lead is now 7 points over Show Low here in the third quarter. You're going to swing it to the corner. Preston Power. Seeley is going to try to get around Braden Lewis, and those guys are still playing some pretty aggressive basketball on each other. And then Seeley, well, he ends up, he's got his left leg is taped up. Oh, you see it right there. Did you see that? Oh, that leg got caught up underneath right there, and then he tried to adjust and he hyperextended. Oh, goodness gracious. He was already injured before, and now he's got that to contend with. Let's hope that Cutter is going to be okay. I'm going to stop play for just a moment. These two teams on the floor. It'll give us an opportunity for this word in from Holbrook Family Dentistry. Stand by.
Holbrook Family Dentistry is a proud partner of Sports Zone Radio's Northland Basketball. They've been serving Holbrook and the surrounding area since 2000, and they cheer for all our local teams and love it when the North succeeds. Holbrook Family Dentistry's 3 dentists are all general dentists from our local area, so they can perform most type of procedures in-house. They pride themselves on their ethics and kindness and genuinely love working with the communities of Northern Arizona. Come see us at Holbrook Family Dentistry on Iowa Street in Holbrook, or call 928-524-6854.
After a Show Low turnover, beautiful pass from Lance Christensen to set up Cooper DeWitt for the very easy bucket. And Snowflake is now in front by 9. Ellsworth, the drive, he was able to blow past the defender to get the points. And the first bucket of the game for Thomas Ellsworth. 3:50 on the clock, third quarter. Drop the pass back to Lance Christensen. And he will shovel it out to DeWitt, inside to Rapier, and he'll pass it nicely to Matt Brimhall for the quick 2. And off the make, Snowflake wants a timeout, everybody. Let's grab a timeout as well right here. This word from Show Low Ford. Thank you for joining us for this broadcast of Northland Basketball. Stand by, everybody.
I have to admit it. I am not an expert at everything. Now, if you want to talk to me about SEO and SEM and website optimization, I know it pretty darn well. But shopping for vehicles, that's a whole other world for me. That's why I go to Guy Hatch and his experts at Show Low Ford with my vehicle questions. They have been serving the White Mountains for a long time, long enough to have gained my trust. And when I come in and ask my questions, I don't get the normal runaround and what do we have to do to earn your business answers like some other guys. They simply answer my questions. They can help with navigating the ever-changing technologies with hybrids, EVs, and more. Help with the myriad of incentives to help me get the best deal possible and the best bank to get me the best rate and finance package. Don't take my word for it. See for yourself at Show Low Ford. They are on the east end of the Deuce, or visit showlowford.com.
Snowflake with a steal. And then I believe that was Lance Christensen. That's who we followed afterward. I was busy doing paperwork. Snowflake on a roll right now, and they're having a big start to the second half. Mark Drillette cannot get the big basket needed right there. The shot no good, rebounded by Snowflake. Christensen outside. Show Low has been sitting in that 2-3 zone the entire game. And Snowflake not really necessarily taking advantage of the zone, just taking advantage of their takeaways. And they'll work this. Now the zone is supposed to stop that, isn't it? But a nice baseline pass inside. It's a Brimhall who turns that into points for Snowflake, and they just continue here to build on their lead. Now on top by 13. Tyler Clare and Nash Brewer are going to enter the game here for their respective teams. And an offensive foul called on Luke. You see again. Okay, that reverse lay-in. So I gave points to, I think, Christensen instead, right? Okay, so correct that. Cooper DeWitt gets 2 there. Christensen doesn't get that. And Luke Morrow just picked up personal foul number 1 in the game. So we've got, I apologize, we've got an issue on those of you who are watching. Got an issue on the header of our YouTube description. Sorry about that. Apparently it says Snowflake versus Thatcher. Well, that ain't good. That ain't right, is it? Second personal foul in the game has been called on Matt Brimhall. And now an offensive foul is called on Nash Brewer. So Brimhall with 2, Brewer now with 2 personal fouls as well. He just came in off the bench. You'll see him. Nash is a pretty good football player. And that's a pretty good football player move right there. Lower the shoulder and knock the defender over. Get to the end zone. But it doesn't work as well in basketball. They're going to usually get you a whistle on that. You got 91 seconds till the end of the third quarter. From the corner, Christensen unable to make that shot for Show Low, or rather for Snowflake, and then it's rebounded by Show Low's Preston Power. Drive, offensive foul, again. And Easton Butler took the brunt of the hit that time, which is another Nash Brewer offensive foul. Let's check it out. Let's see what it was like. Well, you know, it was, I would have to read the exact definition of the player control foul or the offensive charge. It did appear that might have been as strong an acting job by Easton Butler as it was, an actual foul committed. That one will go down as one people will argue about, that's for sure. Here comes a nice rebound and a shovel to Matt Brimhall. Brimhall's had a great third quarter, 8 points in the period for Snowflake. And the Lobos lead 42-27 with now 34 seconds left in the third quarter. Weston Dyer. I thought it was too strong. It's a great job by Weston. And he got his first basket of the night on the make right there. Down to 12 seconds remaining in the quarter. Somebody will be advancing in the playoffs. Somebody will be done for the season. That one rims out no good. And with the rebound right at the buzzer, Snowflake unable to do anything with that. Unable to cash that into points, and that ends our third quarter of this showdown at the Lobo Den in Snowflake, everybody. Fourth quarter on the way next. Still within reach for Show Low, but they've got to get their move going. And quickly, Snowflake 42, Show Low 29, Northland Basketball, the 3A state playoffs, presented by the Sports Zone. Stand by, everybody.
Holbrook Family Dentistry is a proud partner of Sports Zone Radio's Northland Basketball. They've been serving Holbrook and the surrounding area since 2000, and they cheer for all our local teams and love it when the North succeeds. Holbrook Family Dentistry's 3 dentists are all general dentists from our local area, so they can perform most type of procedures in-house. They pride themselves on their ethics and kindness and genuinely love working with the communities of Northern Arizona. Come see us at Holbrook Family Dentistry on Iowa Street in Holbrook or call 928-524-6854.
Get a tablet right now at Cellular One for just $10.01. If you live on tribal lands and are on a government assistance program, come in today and ask for the ACP tablet. We'll set up a new huge data plan with unlimited talk and text, plus 65 gigabytes of free mobile LTE data to use every month. Current customers can still get a tablet for $10.01 too. Come take advantage of this once-per-lifetime ACP tablet discount at any Cellular One store today. ACP is a government benefit program and customers must qualify. Some restrictions apply. Limited time only, non-transferable. Limited to 1 line per household, 1 tablet discount per customer.
Snowflake squanders a golden opportunity on a drive by Lance Christensen. He drew the defense. And then made a great dish to Matt Brimhall, who missed the shot. And then Keen Butler stumbled around a little bit with that possession. You're going to watch it again here. Nice penetration. And there's the nice little shovel. Did not amount to the points, though. And on the other end, Keen Butler with the turnover in the paint. Tyler Clare misses, tipped around, and Easton Butler has another offensive rebound. He's had a number of those today, and he's also had 3 3-point baskets because that one counts. 4-3 for Butler. All of his points, all 9 of his points have come from outside the arc in this game today. And that guy right there hit one early in the game, but Luke Morrow came up plenty shy on that shot there. And well, Show Low still has a lot of time left. You kind of feel like they're gasping right now as Tyler Clare steps outside. And it's another big Snowflake 3, and 6 quick points to start the quarter will force Coach James Simmons to call timeouts. For the Show Low Cougars, a word from White Mountain Regional Medical Center. They bring you the Sports Zone Player of the Game. Stand by.
Imagine this, a professional healthcare partner that's concerned about you, your choices, your health, your safety. At White Mountain Regional Medical Center in Springerville, choice and elevating your healthcare experience is the mission of our new CEO, experienced physicians, and friendly staff. Whether you need a rapid COVID-19 test, a vaccination, or you're looking to utilize the newest MRI, CT scan, or nuclear medicine technology, White Mountain Regional Medical Center, located in Springerville, is your healthcare partner when choices matter.
Coming up after the game, we'll bring you the Sports Zone Radio Player of the Game. That's brought to you by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. Coming up after the game, somebody on our broadcast team is going to eat this last raspberry shortbread cookie provided to us by Paula Johnson. 19 points the difference. Snowflake has hit the first couple of field goals to start the fourth quarter. 6 points on 2 threes. And the Cougars will try to see if they can get back into this right now. They've got to do it in a hurry, and that's not going to help. Jason Crawford's bounce pass stolen by Tyler Clare. 6:28 remaining in the fourth quarter, everybody. Lance Christensen going in. Jason Crawford stopped the initial attack. Offensive rebound and a second chance basket for Tyler Clare, everybody. Tyler in the game, 11 points to lead the way for Snowflake right now. From the corner, this guy takes over the scoring lead. Easton Butler, another 3, and he's got 12 points for Snowflake. 6 minutes remaining. Keen Butler Swatted from behind by that kid right there, Easton Butler. It's got to be some relation, right? But there's a foul. There's some, maybe a body check on the way in. 2 shots on the way for Keene. What a game for Easton Butler. He is having a great game. The guys off the bench are really stepping up for Snowflake. Easton and Tyler Clare as well. And both those shots good for Butler. And after making the shot, he is going to be relieved of duty. He leaves the floor. Thomas Ellsworth was back in. He joins Jason Crawford, Mark Drillette, Luke Morrow, and Preston Power for the Cougars. Snowflake has the ball. Christensen to Tyler Clare at the top. Show Low's now gone to a man-to-man defense. Butler covered by Drillette, and he'll have to hand it off. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Drive. They milked almost the entire shot clock before Braden Lewis penetrated and made a layup for Snowflake. 55-31. The Lobos' prospects of moving on in the playoffs getting better with every second that ticks off the clock here now. And we'll get a foul on Braden Lewis. Braden will pick up personal foul number 3 in the game. And team foul number 7. So now a 1-and-1 for Jason Crawford. Crawford is yet to score for Show Low, and he won't on that one. Tyler Clare tipped it out. Show Low's going to get it back, but Snowflake has a 55-31 lead here in this game. Tomorrow night, we'll be broadcasting live from Blue Ridge High School. That's where the Show Low Lady Cougars are going to be. Opening up their playoff run, the second round of the playoffs after a first-round bye for Show Low. Show Low's going to take on Thatcher tomorrow night. They cannot play it at their home, Hatch Toyota Arena at Show Low High School, because water break. And apparently the gym has been flooded at least to some extent, some degree. And no game at Show Low tomorrow night. That will be played at Blue Ridge High School. Here is a personal foul whistled on Tyler Clare. That'll be Tyler's first foul today. Saturday, we'll have a second-round boys playoff game. It will be Monument Valley hosting Benjamin Franklin High School. We are going to have it for you right here at the Sports Zone. I will say this. It won't be on our regular channels, though. That game, we are required to carry that game on the NFHS network. So if you are a fan of Northland Basketball, I'm going to tell you that tomorrow is going to be a great time for you as we watch Cooper DeWitt come off Braden Lewis come off a nice screen to can the jump shot. 57-31 Snowflake in front. Power going to try to get 2 back right here. He does. That's Preston. That's a signature move for Preston, but we haven't seen it today. Really. Normally we see him go to that a lot, but he hasn't been afforded the opportunities much by the Snowflake defense. 4 minutes and 8 seconds remaining in the basketball game. Inside on a feed from Matt Brimhall. He gets the assist. Tyler Clare gets 2 more points. Tyler's got 7 in the fourth quarter, 13 in the game. 4 guys for Snowflake now in double figures. Clare, Easton Butler, Braden Lewis, Matthew Brimhall. Outside for a Mark Drillette 3-point make. The shot is good. Unfortunately for Snowflake, they need a bunch more of that, or rather Show Low. They need a lot more of that. 3:25 remaining in the fourth period. Inside to Matt Brimhall. And the shot is good for Brimhall. He's got 10 points in the second half. To tell you more about that, on Saturday we'll be at Monument Valley. The Mustangs take on Benjamin Franklin. And that game, we are required to carry it on the NFHS network. And there is a link. There's a link on the bracket. And if you go on the AIA's bracket, if you go to that link, you can click on it. And that's a good place for you to subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. And if you don't subscribe by following that link on the AIA's bracket, the one that says Monument Valley versus Ben Franklin, it's number 8 versus number 6 versus number 11. If you don't do it there, then look on our channels tomorrow. Look on our Facebook and YouTube channels tomorrow for the opportunity for you to click through and go into the NFHS network and subscribe through the Sports Zone. We ask that you would do that. And at a minimum, in the school search bar, instead of searching for a school, search for the Sports Zone. And then get your subscription in that way. And if you'll do that, that helps us. And let you know as well that the entire quarterfinals, Monday and Tuesday, will be broadcast by our production team on the NFHS network. That's Monday and Tuesday, the girls on Monday. And the boys on Tuesday. The entire quarterfinals, you can find it on the NFHS network. It will be our production team that handles that for you. Now, I will also say, we can only control what we can control. So I can say that in advance to say, is the broadcast going pretty well for you right now? Are you having any issues, any network issues, anything like that? I think it's going pretty well. So my point is, we're going to do our part for you. And we just certainly hope that it's going to be a great 2 days of outstanding broadcast and teamwork between the Sports Zone and the NFHS network on Monday and Tuesday in the state quarterfinals at Prescott Valley. You do have to have a subscription, and one great way to subscribe right now, if you would, and the subscription is not a per-game subscription, right? You know that by now. You know that if you subscribe, you're good for what you can watch everything that they broadcast on the network for an entire month. As Mark Roulette hits another three, Mark Roulette, a senior, in all likelihood playing in his final game ever as a Show Low Cougar. Noah Anderson has come into the game as well. He's a senior. Preston Powers, a junior. Jason Crawford, a senior. Luke Morrow, a senior. Snowflake's going to get a jump shot from Ty Boone off the bench for the Lobos. They've got they got 4 guys into the game off the bench as this rims out no good for Luke Morrow. Under a minute and a half remaining. Nice pass inside. And that's Ty Boone again. Back-to-back possessions. Ty gets the points. Noah Anderson is going to give up the ball, and then Jason Crawford commits a foul. And this one is just about in the books. A minute and 11 remaining. We'll start thinking about the Sports Zone Radio Player of the Game presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. So if you subscribe today, for example, if you go to the bracket and you click on that link, you can just barely see it under the designation of Monument Valley versus Ben Franklin. If you click on that link, you can subscribe right now, and then that subscription you pay, it's about $14. You can watch the rest of the playoffs without having to pay any more. So you're not paying on a per game basis. If that makes sense. Noah Anderson picks up the foul for Show Low. 59 seconds remain. Damon Cardwell with the free throw for the Lobos, who are going to advance to the next round of the playoffs. Cardwell again. Snowflake continuing to get guys some playing time here. So Snowflake is going to take on ALA Ironwood, the number 7 team in the bracket. That'll be on Saturday. at American Leadership Academy of Ironwood. Interception. Snowflake. Ezra Baum with the basket, 40 seconds left. Snowflake fans are enjoying every moment of this one. Final home game of the year for the Lobos. That's Luke Morrow right there. Luke finished with 11 points in the game, unless he happens to get another one right here. Takeaway by Show Low. Pass out in front of Noah Anderson. He lost it and then went out of bounds with it. Snowflake's going to get it back with 8 seconds remaining. And the Lobo faithful are going to have something to celebrate here in just a moment. Snowflake will face American Leadership Academy of Ironwood at 7 p.m. on Saturday at their place. And there it is. Final seconds tick off the clock. Snowflake will advance after a 69-43 victory tonight over the Show Low Cougars. Tomorrow night, remember, we've got the Show Low Lady Cougars. We got Grandma trying to influence our decision on the player of the game. Tomorrow night, Show Low is going to play Thatcher in a girls' playoff game at Blue Ridge. At Blue Ridge tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. We'll have the broadcast for you here at the Sports Zone. And then on Saturday, we invite you to join us for our broadcast on the NFHS network. Monument Valley hosting Benjamin Franklin. And then we'll have wall-to-wall coverage, complete quarterfinals coverage, all 4 games on Monday, all 4 games on Tuesday in the boys and girls quarterfinals of Prescott Valley. All of that on the NFHS network. Guys, we got to determine the Sports Zone Radio's player of the game. It's presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. I agree with that. Derek's giving me a vote. Tyler Clare led the scoring with 13. Both Easton Butler and Braden Lewis had 12 points each for Snowflake. Matthew Brimha had 12 points. I've got Easton. Derek has got Easton. Who do you got back there? We got Easton. You got Easton? Okay, so it's Easton Butler, everybody. I don't even have to ask Sean Ulvestad for his vote because it's not going to matter at this point. So each rain on their parade a little bit. And then in the fourth quarter, when Show Low still had some breath left in him, Butler came out, hit a couple of threes, and that pretty much did them in. And he ends up with 12 points in the game, all those points coming off 3-point makes. So stand by, everybody. We'll grab a timeout, and we will wrap it up for you. Well, first, before I grab the timeout, I do have to give a station break, a station ID. So let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Sports Zone Radio Network.
This is Sports Zone Radio. Champions play here at Sports Zone Radio.
You're listening live and local across the White Mountains on Mix 98 KRFM Show Low, a broadcast service of Petrocom and the home of Sports Zone Radio, everybody. Let's grab a timeout. It'll be a brief one. We got to get a word in from White Mountain Regional Medical Center. They bring you the Sports Zone Radio player of the game, which we'll announce. Well, that's Easton Butler. We'll talk to him in a moment, and Coach Joe Clare after a Snowflake victory. Stand by, everybody. It's Northland Basketball. And the 3A state playoffs are well underway. This victory tonight for Snowflake over Show Low. Our wrap-up will get underway in just a moment. Don't go anywhere.
Ford SUVs. What a lineup! The state-of-the-art technology, wide selection to meet your specific needs. From the economic escape and edge to the giant industry beast, the Ford Expedition, the iconic brands in the Explorer and Bronco. Yep, at Show Low Ford, we are pretty proud to be representing and selling them. Now, what you might not know is how affordable they can be to drive. Lease a new 2022 Ford Explorer for only $529 a month, an Edge for $459, an Escape for only $419 a month. Or get this, you can drive home a new Bronco Sport Big Bend Edition for only $379 a month. These are just a few examples of the great deals we have going on at Show Low Ford on our entire SUV lineup. Ford SUVs. Come get yours at Show Low Ford on the east end of the Deuce, or visit us at showlowford.com. Thank you. All offers on approved credit. Payments based on 36-month lease, 10,500 miles per year, $3,400 to $4,800 due at signing, $645 acquisition fee plus tax, license, and processing fees. See dealer for complete details.
Ace Hardware of the White Mountains is always there, always ready to meet your cold weather needs. Keep your pathway clear with snow shovels and ice melt. Keep the kids entertained with a variety of snow sleds. Keep the family warm and toasty with bundles of firewood. Keep the grill or stove piping hot with propane at their Pine Top and Overguard stores. And keep the horses fed with alfalfa and Bermuda hay. The cold weather cannot stop the team at Ace Hardware, so visit them today. Ace Hardware in Show Low, Pine Top, and Heber Overguard. The team at Beam and Will Drilling is like a great football team. They work hard, they work as a team, and they play to win. Their reputation is second to none, and they proudly call the White Mountains their home, even though they complete projects throughout the entire southwestern United States and beyond. No project is too big or too small for Beam and Well Drilling, so when the time comes for you to punch a hole in the ground, remember the White Mountains' top well drilling team, Beam and Well Drilling. Call anytime, 928-205-7647. Go deep with Beam and Well Drilling.
Holbrook Family Dentistry is a proud partner of Sports Zone Radio's Northland Basketball. They've been serving Holbrook and the surrounding area since 2000, and they cheer for all our local teams and love it when the North succeeds. Holbrook Family Dentistry's 3 dentists are all general dentists from our local area, so they can perform most type of procedures in-house. They pride themselves on their ethics and kindness and genuinely love working with the communities of Northern Arizona. Come see us at Holbrook Family Dentistry on Iowa Street in Holbrook, or call 928-524-6854.
Imagine this, a professional healthcare partner that's concerned about you, your choices, your health, your safety. At White Mountain Regional Medical Center in Springerville, Choice and
quarter, you came in off the bench and almost immediately went to work, and he hit a couple of big threes. Walk us through what was going on in your mind and the feeling of you getting that stroke down from the outside.
I just want to come off the bench, give a little bit of a spark to the team. Hopefully, if we're down, if we're not, then keep the pace up. I don't want to put them back in the game and give them any hope. But I can't do it without my teammates. They always find me when I'm needed, and I trust those guys, and I know they trust me. So just coming off the bench and understanding the situation of the game and what's going on, I got to understand that I'm knocking them down. So
Easton Butler is the Sports Zone Radio's player of the game. And so that was the first part of the game, that lead, and they were kind of getting some work done and getting some separation from you, and then Easton hit 2 big threes to turn the tone of the game back around. In the fourth quarter, when Show Low still had some time and needed to get some Easton, number of those for you, keeping your offensive opportunities alive.
Yeah, absolutely, and he reminds me of that dang guy from New Orleans Pelicans, Alvarado or whatever.
Yeah.
He sneaks back here and gets it every once in a while, a steal in the inbounds. Little plays that not many people can do.
Yeah.
And it's instincts and it's athleticism and just heart.
It's great to have a bench as deep as yours, Coach. Another guy off the bench, your son, Tyler Clare. In fact, I think Grandma was trying to talk me into Tyler as the player of the game. Okay, she certainly cast her vote for him, and she did not, even though we didn't eventually give it to him, she did not take back the raspberry shortbread cookie, which is phenomenal, that she gave me. So I still have that.
Absolutely,
Coach. Okay, but Tyler, your son, Tyler off the bench. What a game he gave you.
Absolutely, and he's been getting better and better throughout the season, more confident, and to be honest, I think the confidence comes from other people. Preston Powers gave him a huge compliment the last time they played him, that he's just so stout underneath that he has a hard time doing stuff, and Tyler just loves that stuff. And then he hit some shots. He's got a great-looking shot. He was taking his shot tonight, which he's unselfish a lot, but we've been trying to get him to, when he's open, to take that shot, and he gave us a huge boost. especially early when I thought our other post players struggled early and then they got going late.
Well, he led the team in scoring with 13 points. You had a trio of guys with 12 points. Braden Lewis had 12. Matt Brimhall had 12. And our player of the game, Easton Butler, had 12 points as well for you tonight. Coach, up next for you then is a Saturday game against American Leadership Academy of Ironwood. Let's talk about that for a second. What do you expect? I'm sure you've seen film.
Yeah, I expect another playoff atmosphere. And to be honest, Floyd, I haven't. I'm very...
No film yet.
You watch the game that you have coming up and not until after, unless we got back-to-backs, which we don't. So tonight's going to be a little bit of a late night for me, watching some film. But I have some scattering reports from other coaches that have played them, and it's going to be a playoff atmosphere. We know it is every game from this point on, and we got to be ready to do that, and we got to have it from 4 guys. So I love it. Good old Walker's behind me. Saying defense, love those guys. good friends of ours from Show Low and
Jerry Walker, yeah,
Jerry and Jet. But it's going to be another playoff atmosphere, and they've played a pretty tough schedule as well, so they're ready as well. And we just got to come out and be ready to attack.
How much fun are you having in your first year as the head coach of the boys program here at Snowflake?
I love it. Just immense fun.
As much as I sensed you enjoyed being the girls' coach here. I didn't know that you could rise to another level, but it just seems like you, and maybe it's playing, with your son, coaching him. I don't know what it is, Coach, but it looks great, and you have done a great job with the handoff from that longtime great head coach, Andy Wood. He needs to be in some Hall of Fame around here. He needs to have he needs to be honored in some way for all the great work that he did, and you have just to maintain the high level of basketball excellence here at Snowflake, so congratulations, Coach.
Thanks, Floyd, and we hope to keep it going.
All right, on. Good luck on Saturday, okay?
Thanks, Floyd.
Head coach Joe Clare of Snowflake. They get the win tonight over Show Low in the first round of the boys 3A state playoffs, 69-43. Final for Snowflake. In a game that was a lot closer than that in the first half, that's for sure. But the Lobos just poured it on in that second half. And our Sports Zone Radio player of the game, Easton Butler, was a big, big part of the reason for really shifting the momentum and the tone of the game at a couple of key moments. And that, folks, is going to do it for this broadcast from Snowflake. I want to remind you, tomorrow night, we are going to cover the Show Low Lady Cougars. The Show Low girls are going to be playing in the second round of the playoffs. They got a first-round bye. Show Low is going to take on Thatcher tomorrow night. That game is at Blue Ridge, so if you're planning to be out there, you're going to have to go to Blue Ridge. That's where the game will be played, okay? So the gym is not serviceable anymore at Show Low High School. They had a water break, and so they can't play that game tomorrow in Show Low, but we'll play it at Blue Ridge High School tomorrow night. Starts at 7 o'clock. Show Low's girls take on Thatcher. We'll have that broadcast for you here. And our next broadcast following that will be Saturday night, 7 p.m., Monument Valley High School. Monument Valley takes on Ben Franklin. And I remind you, that game, we are required to carry that game on the NFHS network. And so we will. And you can go to the AIA's bracket. There's a little link right below where it says Monument Valley versus Benjamin Franklin. If you click on that, that's a great place for you to go and subscribe. And if you don't subscribe there, please go on the NFHS network and look for the Sports Zone in the teams box where you can search teams, search Sports Zone Radio. That'll get you into our page on the NFHS network, and we would ask that that's where you subscribe because that helps us, and that helps us help you. So we would ask that you would please do that. And then Monday and Tuesday, we'll cover the quarterfinals for you at Prescott Valley, and we will have exclusive live video coverage of the entire quarterfinals, both the girls on Monday, the boys on Tuesday, all games right on the NFHS network provided by our production team at the Sports Zone. Thank you to our broadcast team, Derek Simmons, our producer, our technical director, Fernando Quintana, and on camera tonight, Sean Ulvestad. And I want to thank as well Kevin Standifer and the great staff and administration at Snowflake High School. This will be our final broadcast this year at Snowflake. We love being here, and we love the hospitality. So thank you so much to the great people at Snowflake High School, and in particular the athletic director, Kevin Standifer, for the great hospitality and support required for us to be able to get our broadcast work done here at the Lobo Den. For the entire crew, my name is Floyd Simmons. Thanking you for joining us, everybody, tonight here, and reminding you to join us one more time tomorrow night as we close out the The White Mountains portion of our coverage of the playoffs will be up on the Navajo Reservation on Saturday, tomorrow night at Blue Ridge High School. Until then, God bless you. Be very careful, stay warm, and we'll see you next time with more Northland Basketball.
This has been Northland Basketball, an exclusive presentation of Sports Zone Radio. Listen online at SportsZone123.com and download the Sports Zone Radio app for your smartphone and listen wherever you go. Join us again for the next broadcast of Northland Basketball.